Good evening everyone and welcome to another tournament stream. Woo! Today I will be streaming Rejects versus Ikra and Rejects versus Imo, so those are going to be some very fun matches. First off, let's get some house cleaning out of the way though. There's a 3-minute delay on the stream. That is to avoid any stream sniping happening. You can talk whatever language you want in the chat as long as you're polite and civil. But if you have any questions, then you will have to ask them in English. And of course, last but not least, there are no rewards for watching the stream aside from the epic gameplay that you get to see. So I'm really looking forward to this. Should be a fun evening. Round 3 and 4 of the round robins. After that, this day we've had over half the matches, so we're probably going to see some scores, and kind of like if you've got 4 points or more, you're at least kind of likely to go through, I think. Because basically there's only 7 rounds. So let's have a quick look. This is the current standing that we've got. Apa and Rejects both with 2 points. Then we have Aqua and Ikra and EG and Imor all with 1 point, and Crowley and TQT so far with 0 points. So yeah, like I said, we've got Rejects versus Ikra and Rejects versus Imor tonight, and they started this with 4-2 versus Aqua and 4-2 versus EG, which has got to feel good, not gonna lie, because those are some very, very strong teams. Aqua, of course, being one of the strongest teams around. They still have Appa to end with though, so that's going to be fun to watch as well. So yeah, now we're just waiting for the room time to drop below 3 minutes so that we can actually go into the room, because like I said, with the 3-minute delay, that is to avoid stream sniping, so I cannot enter the room before the timer is below 3 minutes. Also, my biggest fanboy is currently in the chat. Hey, Scorpion! Of course, we will get to see him play tonight, so that's going to be fun too. But yeah, there we go. Room time is dropped below 3 minutes. Let's have a look. He's currently sporting the Steve. We see Nagibator taking the Badger. That's always interesting. The thing is though, like, TDs are always a bit of a weakness, and they can work beautifully, don't get me wrong. But it's always very interesting to see when you have a TD in a top 8 match, because you don't see them very often. They're not as versatile as other tanks, that's the thing. So very curious to see how that will go. So we got 4 Steves so far for Rejects, a Badger, an LT, and potentially another LT. And on Ikra's side, we see 3 Steves and a TVP, an IS-7, and maybe 2 215Bs. Let's see, people are unreadying a little bit. And let's have a look. I did ask a friend of mine how I should pronounce the JLA's name, but I haven't had a reply yet. I think he's very busy. Probably like it's exam time in most places, so that's probably why. So I will once again apologize for butchering his name. But there we go. Extra LT is what Rejects has readied up in. And we do see 2 215Bs now on Ikra's side, but we also see 2 TVPs. We are going to Castilla, one of my least favorite tournament maps. It's not as bad as it was before though, because the first couple of seasons that we had tours, we didn't have supremacy tours, we had encounter tours, and basically what that led to was a lot of camping, and basically no one would go anywhere, no one would actually do anything, they would just be camping and just waiting for the other to make a move. And while that's a valid tactic, it also made for very, very boring matches to stream. That is the reason why Castilla has the nickname Castilla, and why I'm not a particularly fan of it. So yeah, 29 seconds left to go before we go into the first game. It is a best of 7. That means that the first team to reach 4 victories is the one that gets the point. And even though we're not halfway through yet, any point that you get counts, quite literally as well, but like it gives you a bit more leeway later on. So basically they're important to get. And here we go. Some lovely avatars all around. See some 7-star and pink. Also Ikra's logo and everything. I do like those though. Like the whole the clan logo avatars. That would be awesome. And here we go. Rejects turning around. We have Bobby Fischer already going up the hill with the other light towards the corner. The TVP's going to go up. Ooh, Skiloid does not make the push there though. Not sure if that was on purpose. I don't think it was. But maybe they wanted to stick together. All the Steves, well most of the Steves, all of the Steves. Badger has been spotted. And is getting shot at. Warta immediately takes a hit back. Warta takes more of a hit. And is spotted long time now. There's some people at B there being reset. Badger is taking some damage. Psycho is taking some damage as well. TVP, they're kind of getting in each other's way up here. Slobin and Playmaker. They want to make the push, but at the same time, there seems to be some miscommunication, because now Scorpion Drago is pretty much pushing alone, and that can be very dangerous, especially since Varta has now reloaded and is free to farm, and now we have Skiloidus who can shoot in between the buildings probably. He's not doing that though. Scorpion going after Varta, going for a crushing kill. Playmaker has been taken out, but there goes Warta as well. And now we have Skiloidus being shot at. Slobin arriving there. Tonikawa has been taken out. Rejects at a disadvantage here. Not so much position wise, not so much HP wise either. But gun wise they're at a disadvantage. Flame gets taken out. Now the guns are even again. Scorpion is trying to not be there anymore. He is getting very low on HP. Slobin also getting shot. Scorpion dropped down. Postravleni gets taken out. We have the JLA going up, which means the Slobin is going down. Not wanting to hang around there. Does get tracked though. That is a good tracking shot. They needed that, and he gets taken out. Making the guns even Steven again. Base C now being kept. Ikra's entire team near base A. Scorpion Drago getting close, and he might proxy spot people, and he does, but this is very dangerous though. He's likely to lose his life for that. And there's not much he can do about it. Basically, he doesn't really have any support there. All he can do is hope to survive, but he doesn't do hard and actually takes him out. Which is a brand of beer, by the way, for those that don't know. And I know that because I'm not sure if it's Belgium or Dutch, but it is at least a word in my native language. And now, with the base capped, they might have a gun disadvantage. They still have a proper HP advantage. Rejects is not doing too badly here. Their point advantage will go up. We have Hoegaarden moving on. He does get spotted there. And he does get shot. Even though there does no damage, it does mean he's basically spotted for 20 seconds. Nagibator is holding near the buildings. He might actually be going into B. No, he's not. He actually is just... He's holding at the building there. This could be a very, very slow game. because of the low HP targets, JLA is not doing too bad. They don't know where the badger is. They don't know where the ATs are. Only renamed there is visible right now. And now he's hightailing it out of there. Because the thing is, he's actually going up the other hill. And Bobby Fischer is relocating. JLA is looking in his direction. He's not making it easy though. They don't know exactly what to do and where to go. They are going to try and go and take base A. There you go. He gets spotted. Bobby Fischer has not been spotted. And Bobby Fischer, I'm not sure what he's going to do. If he's going to try and decap it or if he's just gonna let it be. He's relocating. 1 minute and 40 seconds left to go. We're gonna fly a little bit faster here. Because they're all just holding. But they have to take base C if they want to get anywhere. There we go. Now we have Bobby Fischer arriving. Oh, that shot missed. And that allows Bobby to take out Hoegaarden. Making the guns even again. But he is still full HP as well. 1 minute and 5 seconds left. Nagibator has been spotted. They kind of have a no guts, no glory situation. Bobby Fischer now arriving as well. JLA is going to get farmed a lot here. He might still take a shot of damage, but it's not going to be enough. 42 seconds left to go. Bobby Fischer's just going in. There he goes. And now it's just Psycho that is left. And he is getting shot at. And there's just no hope. Ikra can't get this. They had just too little HP and too little movement advantage here. The lights made all the difference here. And Psycho actually gets taken out by Bobby Fischer through the buildings here. Hey, I can see. Beautiful game, very patient, very Castilla kind of game, to be honest. But in a way, still definitely interesting to watch. So now, we're getting ready for the second game on Castilla. We see rejects now taking 1 LT, an AMX-54, 3 Steves, a TVP, and potentially another Steve. And let's see. Slobin not readied up yet, but on the other side we see Skilloid not ready up yet either. But we see Ikra now taking a VK90, 2 Steves, a 215B, an IS-7, a Type 71, and an LT. Okay, apparently the JLA, it means the Lavrusk. This doesn't really mean anything, it's probably just a name. Then I'm not feeling so bad about calling him the JLA. Because, like, I can't really read what it says and all. And if it, basically, I know that I'm gonna forget again. If it's a random word that I won't know either. But here we go, countdown clock has begun. Slobin in the Steve, Skilloid in the 215B. And here we go. And let's see. And the lights that worked so well for them, they only have one of them now, but they do take a TVP because of the clip potential. They are crossing over. They're sort of like making a train towards the middle potentially. Bobby Fischer heading towards the C position. Scorpion Drago in a holding position too. Ikra entirely focusing on the other side of the battle though. Then Bobby might go for base C here. And he's probably not going to be contested for it. He's not spotting anyone. No one has been spotted so far. And that's interesting in and of itself. Because now base A is going to get capped. Or it should. They're all waiting. Because they all don't know exactly where the other team is. So they're not going to take any chances. Zoikara's going up the hill. Tonikawa has been spotted. Has taken some hits. Has to be careful. Bakoyo is in the corner there. I'm not sure if they're going to risk capping the base. On either side, to be honest. Because neither of them is actually going for it. They're just holding right now. They are shooting the right corner. Which is not the right spot because he's slightly next there. And he's also blind shooting spaces. Cosa Nostra got spotted as well. Takes a bit of a hit. Will stay spotted for 20 seconds now. Now the bush next to Playmag is also being blind shotted. It is so clever though, because this is the thing. They know where people are likely to be, so they take blind shots, even though they also know where people are likely to take blind shots, so they're usually not in the positions for where people take blind shots. Slobin taking a bit of a hit now. Varta on top of the hill. Yevgeny has been spotted. And they're still blind shotting the space where Bobby is no longer at. He is heading back there though. See, this is a very Castilla games. Is he going to be able to cap it? That's the question. He is actually standing in the bush. Then decides against it. He has not been spotted though. Very, very stalemate gaming. We're 3 minutes into the game and pretty much nothing has happened yet. Base A now being capped. And that will give Ikra the advantage here. They're carefully waiting to see if they're going to get decapped, but they're not. And now they have the base. They have a growing advantage. Psycho holding here. No one is there to push anymore. Tonikawa does get hit though. And Varta decides to not be there anymore. They're not going for the base. They're going for the push. And that's interesting in and of itself because no one is there. All of Ikra's forces are elsewhere. Now they have to be careful. Psycho does take some hits there. But if they peek out in the wrong place, they're gonna get shot hard. Ikra also going up the place on the other side. Bobby Fischer going for the cap. But Ikra is already 120 points ahead of them. So as long as they keep base A, they should be good because it's not like the base B will be kept. Even though right now it probably could have. Psycho drops down into the water to avoid getting shot more. And Rejects is bleeding them a little bit. But overall they're the distinct disadvantage now. We only have 2 minutes left. And they have about a 100 point difference to make up. More than that, nearly 140 points there-ish. And Ikra is just content to wait this out. Because the thing is, rejects will have to push hard in order to make a difference here. Base B is now being kept. Slobin losing a lot of HP very quickly here. Varta is right there. They need to take base A. They need to basically get the kills in, and they need to not die in the process. Varta is not looking too healthy now, but Playmaker is literally being pushed into the water. Goes the Nostra. Playmaker for sure the preferred target here. And he's going to get another shot in. Goes the Nostra. Goes down. 572 points. They need to take out Yevgeny. That is the lowest HP target. Nagibator not looking too healthy. They're standing in the base to hopefully get that advantage. But right now, Scorpion Drago is going to be going out soon. He does not have the help. Nagibator goes down. Scorpion survives a little bit longer. J&A goes down as well. We have 40 seconds left to go. This is all about the time. And it's Scorpion Drago now getting taken out as well. So many low HP targets here. Skilloid goes down. Varta goes down. Tonikawa goes down. It's basically base B is being kept. But it might not be enough because Playmaker is also going to go down. Postrovleni is down. It is 4 versus 2. But points. They have 2 bases. They kind of need to just... They need to survive. 9 seconds left. They are going to catch them. Blind shot being taken. It's not being enough. And there you go. Yevgeny gets taken out. And Rejects has the game. Based on capping that base speed. This was honestly pure chaos. At the end though. It was so very, very slow. But fantastic near the end. All about the kills, all about surviving, all about the points. What a game. See, that's the fun part of Castilla, Castilla. If you get an ending like that, that makes for a very interesting match. But at the same time, we had such a long time where nothing was happening again. And that's why, yeah, like I said, that's why I dislike the map. 1 minute left to go before we go into the third game of this best of 7. No match points just yet. We're moving on to Naval Frontier. Also a map that is potentially campy. But it might entirely not be. Ikra now ready with 2 E5s, 2 113s, 2 Steves and a mouse. And on Rejects' side, we see an LT, an IS-7, 4 Steves and a Badger. And let's see. And I kind of thought that it would go all wrong, to be honest, with that push. When all of Ikra's team was just not there. In the end, they still made it work, though. It was a weird game. Fantastic, but weird. Let's see. Badger again making its appearance. And Rejects going to... Ooh, I can actually pass by there. Okay. Going towards the B and C area. And Ikra is doing the same thing, so this should be interesting though. Bobby Fischer overlooking base B. Skilloid is moving towards that direction as well. Base C is now being kept. Nagibator Being careful there. Base C will be theirs. They basically have too much support there. Nagibato does shoot, but does not get a hit in. And we have Bobby Fischer now running around to get to base A. Whereas Ikra is content to hold. Coil passing by does spot the mouse. Does get a nice hit in there though. And now he has to be careful. Psycho takes a hit as well. Base A has not been capped, mind you. But there's some farming happening as people cross over at the back there. And they might think that the Badger is alone. And that's going to be interesting to watch because he's got friends. Varta taking quite a few hits there. MP is coming around though. Psycho also moving in. They're retreating and Ikra is not quite pushing in. Not all the shots are going as well as they should though. We have Playmaker and Slobin. Tonikawa actually goes down first. There goes MP. Nagibator and Playmaker actually getting in each other's way here. Postravleni not looking too healthy. Does not get taken out. That was a low roll. Nagibator very low on HP, as is Postravleni, as is Playmaker, who might just survive or at least get out of there alive for now. Scorpion Drago blocking the way. Psycho keeping him from shooting the JLA. And he is being heavily farmed here. JLA not looking too healthy. Does get taken out there. Very low HP targets all around. There goes Scorpion Drago. Base B is being kept. Mouse very low on HP. Playmaker very low on HP. Bobby Fischer very low on HP. Slobin has the most HP of all. Koya and Warta are facing off against one another. There goes Playmaker. Slobin is on his own. Neither of them wants to take the chance. They're both trying to troll the other. Oh, he does get that kill though. That's very important here. But Slobin is going to need help. He does get another shot in, but then he goes down. And now it is 2 versus 3. All very low HP targets. Look at this HP wise. There's literally 4 points between them. And they need those bases. That's the thing. They can't afford to die. None of them can. That is definitely helpful. Bobby Fischer taking the base. And we have Skeloidus pulling back. They will still need to get base B somehow. And that's the thing though. The mouse now turning around to face that other direction. And now we have Coil moving in. Oh, he missed! He missed! He missed! So does Skeloidus though. Oh my god! He got taken out. 985 points. If he'd survived that, they might have had this. But this is Ikra's game. And what a freaking game it was. Wow. What a game. Absolutely insane. And now the score is 2-1 and anything can still happen. Also, with regards to camera, I do try to keep up with everything. I'm not perfect though. Sometimes I try to look at the minimap, but because free camera doesn't actually show up where I'm at or where I'm looking at, it can be a bit confusing as to where people are and where I need to point the camera. So my apologies for that. Like I said, I'm not perfect. But I do my best. You're free to try it yourself and stream tours. So now for the fourth game, the second game on Naval Frontier, we've got rejects ready with 2 E5s, 4 Steves and a Leo versus a VK90, 2 60Ps, a Steve, an IS-4, a Super Conqueror and a Kranwagen. And let's see. Here we go. Gorgeous bunny camo on the Leo here. And we've got all the rejects heading towards the base A section now. And Ikra seems to be mostly going into the same direction as well, so that's going to be interesting. E5 is going more towards the middle. Kind of curious if they're going to try and cap early on. Because this should be interesting, because they're not alone. There's people there. Coil takes the first hit. This might be overextended. Neither of them got the hit in. So far, Coil and Nagibata are both losing HP. But the rest of rejects is now arriving there. Varta not looking too healthy, is steadily getting farmed, does still get a shot in. Nagibata looking very... Varta actually goes down first though. And now we have MP that's being focused on. Flame dealing with multiple people there. Postravleni is arriving. The need to make sure that MP goes down, and he does. Nagibata and Coil still alive, but 2 guns gone, 3 guns gone from Ikra here. This is a very brutal game now that they're getting the shots in, because in the beginning it didn't look to be going all too well. Scorpion is the first one to go down. Tonikama very low on HP, does not even get another shot in. And now they're focusing the VK90. Getting all around him, basically making it impossible for him to angle in any separate direction. And there's just so many guns here. It's just Postravleni and the JLA left. Leo still full health, pretty much. Well, barely. Almost. There goes Postravleni, and now it's just the JLA. This is a very aggressive and very quick game. After all the very slowly building games that we've seen, this is a big change. That is a very brutal and quick game. And for a moment, to be fair, I didn't think it would be working with the E5s pushing like they did. But in the end, look at the damage spread though. That's quite evenly done. Well done. Brutal. And now Rejects is up for match point. If they win the next game, then they get the point. Ikra now ready for Desert Sands with an E5, a mouse, 3 Steves and 2 215Bs. And on Rejects' side we see 4 Steves, an AMX 54. And let's see what Nagibata and Bobby take. Oh, Coil going to the E5, Nagibata in the 215B. And there you go. Bobby stays in the Leo. That's an interesting choice though. Like, laser accuracy, don't get me wrong. I know that a 10 can be utterly fantastic, but it's also so very, very juicy. No armor whatsoever. And it's changed to 121B, which is the tank we've seen a lot more this season, to be honest. It does not have the laser accuracy of the Leo, but it does have a bit more armor. And if you use the golden camo, it also looks really, really gorgeous. And here we go. Let's have a look. I'm still waiting for the day that someone actually calls the sandworm during a tour game. That would be so fantastic, honestly. And I mean like proper tour. I don't mean like coin tour or anything. I mean like professional. Bobby on his own. The Steves from Ikra are crossing over, but so are everyone from Rejects. Bobby Fischer does get spotted. No one shot anyone just yet though. Playmaker is in the corner. Now we have JLA crossing over to get behind the plane. Postravleni and Hoegaarden are behind him. Now he spotted a bunch of them. Scorpion Drago in a precarious position there. This is going to be a big roll. We have Playmaker crossing over. Postravleni losing the first bit of HP, immediately followed by Nagibator. Focus fire not all quite there yet. They're now focusing on the JLA. He's very close to being dead, but Scorpion Drago has lost a lot of HP for that. Hoegaarden now being the body to be focused on. They're getting in each other's way a little bit, but Hoegaarden goes down. That's 2 guns gone now. Varta being focused on. Rejects is just moving into clean house here. Coming over the sand hills. Vartan goes down. Psycho next in line. Koyo actually ramming people while so low on HP. That is gutsy. Postravleni getting focused on. Very little HP. Scorpio is still alive. Pulls back so that he can't get killed. But Skilloid is really hoping that he will peek out somehow. 6 versus 2. Skilloid goes down. Now it's just Flame in the mouse. Who is... I think he really wanted to hug Slobin here and kill him off. And Slobin was like, nope, no hugs for you. Very well done here. And exactly what Agassi just said about the last game on Naval Frontier. That the E5s were a fake push. And the other tanks pushed in behind. And that worked brilliant. But this too, it's very brutal. And basically, they wait until they've got a bit of an advantage. And then they just push in. The focus fire was, aside from getting in each other's way a little bit there, but the focus fire was just on point. And it's beautiful. You don't get that kind of teamwork in randoms. So that is the first matchup up and over. Ah, no. Agassi just said, I'm assuming the Leo is a replacement for the Streetwagen K. Bobby might not have it. I can check if he has it. That's one. But I think the Leo is more for the accuracy. Long distance accuracy can be very helpful depending on where you are on the map. And which map it is. So we see it being taken, having the role of CD on Normandy, for instance, quite a bit. So yeah, let's just have a quick look at the scoreboard. Aqua taking the second point here versus Immo. They're up against TQT next. Appa. Let's see how that went. They are still facing off against EG. That's also going to be an interesting match. And then the last one that we're waiting for is Crowley versus TQT, and that is still going on as well. I actually forgot. I think we have half an hour left before the next game starts. Yes, we do. Okay, so I'm gonna be showing you some replays. Got some lovely games lined up. And We're starting it off with a game that I'm really curious about. There we go. Spaghetti 65. My favorite tank in the game. I do love it. I mean, right now I'm too noob to play it properly. But this is kind of like my go-to tank with most things, and you've put a very gorgeous camo on it. Can't fault you there, André. That's never helpful when they drive into you like that. Let's see. Beautiful. Nice bounce. You always have to be a bit careful of campers there when you cross over them though. Mouse taking a few hits. He's being very careful here. Oh, Chieftain. All the way over there. A little bit should have played it just a split second longer. Beautiful. See, this is the thing that I love so much about the spaghetti. You can choose to either clip or to single shot. But if you clip and then you relocate, this tank works so well. Now he's in trouble. He knows it. Kranwagen wants to move into the base too. E100 should eat a lot of HP from the grill there. He does not though, he actually misses somehow. Casual farming here. See, when it works, it really works. Nope, that didn't hit. Not sure what the Kranwagen is doing. He seems to be giving up. Nice bounce. We don't know where the Death Star is though. That's the thing. I would be too impatient here. I would just be pushing. Because the Death Star is likely in the corner. Like the upper right corner. Would be my guess. Andre being very patient here. This is the thing that I'm not... Ooh, he's actually there, okay. It's not the thing I'm good at. Patience and I don't really go hand in hand when it comes to this game. Oh, beautiful. Nice cheeky little bounce there. That explains that then. That's the TVP, I believe. Besides the TVP. I'm not really good at the tank silhouettes, to be honest. There goes the grill. There he is. And there goes the light. And now it's just the TVP. And he's nicely fully loaded. Should have a nice little bit of farm thing here. Casual 5k damage here. Yes, he is going to eat a few, but he's not going to die from it. And he should hopefully get the kill in, because that will aid the XP, I mean. Lovely game. Very patient, more patient than I would have been, but a very lovely game here. Oh, this was like a showcase of why this tank is so glorious though. But it takes some time to get used to because you can't play like a regular med. It's not really a brawl unless you go in with a full clip and you can outgun them that way. Beautiful game. How many supremacy points did you get? 321. Nice. So let's see. I have a few other games that I still want to show you. One of the ones is a game in a Super Conqueror that I'm really curious about because I know how it ends. I just don't know exactly what happens in it. Super Conqueror. Pretty cool tank. It's one of those tanks that, like, especially if you're pro, they're so good in it. And then they put it all down and they're basically impenetrable and it's just evil. Our Super Conqueror is being very careful here. This is the thing that is quite slow. It's not spotting anyone here. There's the Sheridan. Cheeky shot. Like I said, I know how it ends, but I'm really curious how this goes. He's being quite forwards. There's the other Sheridan. Oof, that's a big hit. He's just moving in. That is a ballsy move, to be honest. Sheridan's running away. Let's see. Oof. See, that's generally why I don't like HE. I like guns with more steady damage. Even though, yes, I know it can be great. Beautiful. 4v6. Things are not really going in their favor. Oof. There's the E4. Like I said, I know how it ends. Nice bounce though. There goes his teammate. He's got some nice bounces here though. There's kill 4. Well, we still got 2 TDs in the Sheridan. See, we've got the right kind of potatoes, and I always say this, I'm not meaning this as an insult, but the right kind of potatoes means that they hold enough, your team holds enough, but doesn't do enough damage. And on the other side, you need the right kind of potatoes that manage to stay alive long enough, but don't do enough. .263 gets taken out there. Sometimes I forget the other servers still have their chat. Sheridan lands a hit there. Five kills so far. Big hit there. And there's the T95, that's also an issue. Oof, and he takes another hit. He does get spotted there. It's so slow to turn though. Let me see with the T95. Oh, there he goes. That is lucky to go in without sniper mode or anything, to be honest. To be fair, I can see, definitely do. Your replays are always very interesting to watch. And I don't mean that in a bad way, not in the, ooh, interesting. But for those that don't know, Agassi doesn't generally use things like promo and stuff. So the games that he sends in that are really good are kind of always make me go like, how? Ooh, nice bounce. That doesn't bounce. Nice. Ooh, this is too close. And he gets him! 7 kills. Wow. What a game. Lovely res. Gorgeous game. And reses are hard to come by, so that makes them more special. I hate that stupid mission pop-up, honestly. Let's see, we've still got time for a few more. I have been... Where is it? Because someone sent me a tier 9 bad chat replay. And I know I should have that somewhere. So I was showing... There we go. I was showing all the bad chat replays yesterday. And I thought that actually included his. But then I realized that was a tier 9 bad chat game. So here we go. Let's have a look. When I first got it, I actually liked the tier 9 bad chat better than the tier 10. Especially when you use the 4-clip gun rather than the 3-clip. 3-shot gun, I should say, not clip. And let's see. Cheeky little position. And he's not actually going in, no, not shooting. His teammate is getting shot at though. What if he's going to peek out again? Our bad chat is preparing for that, using the lookout thing to look around. He's not done any damage yet though. Now we have motion. And the Jagdtiger. Nice tracking shot. And nice fire. That is quite mean though. He's not reloading his gun though. Nice tracking shot. Base being kept right now. They're still getting shot from the hill there. I hate it when people get in your way like that. Nice. The 132 is almost gone. But so far he's farming a little bit. Oh, nice. Reload your clip, reload your clip. Or get another shot in there, that works too. There you go. It's gotten some nice assisted damage as well. Very patient game here. The intended damage goes up quite quickly. The 114 can do massive damage. Oof, he does take a big hit there. There you go. Now there's only 2 people left. He's not making it easy to shoot him. There we go. Just the lone yo left. You should be able to farm him the rest of the way, hopefully. Get some nice extra damage in. There we go. Now we end with the scene, cinematic scene. Ah, okay, I can see. I can see just that he is using Primo these days, but he needs to learn to use it more and take a little less risks. Okay. I'm glad to hear that, honestly, because it's stuff like that that kind of like nerves yourself. Let's see, I got time for one more quick game. Not sure if this qualifies as a quick game, but we'll see. Let's have a look. It is an encounter. It's a no point victory, at least. I do love that myself, to be honest, but I do get that people don't. Sheridan is one of those tanks that I refused to drive it in the tier 9 when they had missiles, and then when they finally removed those, I'm still not that big a fan of a tank. I will drive them, but basically if I can I will take something else that I like more. I'm very glad they removed the missiles though. Cheeky spot to be in. Could go really well, could go really wrong. It's not spotting anyone though. Looking forward to watching it, Agassi. I'll show it next time, as in tomorrow. Oof, bit too hasty there. Don't know where the rest of them are though. They've not been spotted. They might just be flanking around. Or they're all holding there and he's gonna find all of them. Oh, they are in the base. Nice little bounce there. 268 arriving as well. Big hits. And there we go. First tank out of the way. Now they have a camper in their spawn, who is very alone and now wants help, even though he's the one that's decided to just stay there and not move. Kind of like when you do that, it's not... Ooh. Nice. He didn't even get spotted for that, I believe. Wonder if that did anything, if he was still there or not. STB does get spotted. No, I don't think that hit. Honestly though, actually, if you have learned, well, that sounds so wrong, I don't mean it that way. If you've learned to use Prema Ball, that's really, really good. Like, a lot of people refuse to, well, not a lot of people. People refuse to play that sort of, that way. And then just keep on keeping on that way. Like, if you... The game gives you equipment, it gives you provisions, it gives you consumables, and it gives you Premo. Yes, you do a little less damage with Premo, but if it basically makes sure that you do get the you do damage rather than bounce, it's worth it. Oh, deletion. STB in trouble. STB is gone. And Andre wants to go right on in. Oh! Cheeky. He's not quite alone there, but he doesn't quite have, like, help there either. So now he's running around, going into a different direction. Andre is defending himself. He just that he had an encounter mission. Otherwise, he would have driven into supremacy. Beautiful. I just like supremacy more because it lets you influence the battle more. Like, you can cap bases, you can get points and stuff like that, and it really helps. And in this case, if you're in an encounter, you have to trust your team more, and I generally just, I don't. Let's see. Four v 3, they don't have that much time. Neither do we, though. 2 left. Let's see. They ought to be around here somewhere. There you go. Beautiful, lovely little fire to boot, doing some extra damage that way. Yo takes out the Yo. He's got a friend. With friends like that, who needs enemies? Testa arriving there as well. Yo being extra careful, but now making himself a target. There you go, beautiful. Now there's just the chieftain. You can take it, I just go for it. There you go, beautiful. 5 kills, 5k. Lovely. I actually have an encounter mission today, and I've decided that I'm not going to play today because of it. I just can't be bothered. There you go. Perfectly on time there. Now my laptop is confused. There we go. A Ratley and an Ace and a Top Gun. Beautiful game. See, when it just works like that, it's such a beautiful tank. So now we just need to wait until the room time drops below 3 minutes again. For me, like, I will switch to Premo whenever I meet something troll. Like with an IS-7 or an E100 or a mouse. Unless I have them side on and are not even trying to angle in my direction, I tend to just go for the Premo. because it's a lot easier to ensure I do damage, and I'd rather do a little less damage and make sure that I do damage than try and do most damage and bounce and do no damage at all. And sometimes I just ignore people altogether and just basically drive around them and try to get behind them. But it kind of depends on the situation, of course. I like situations where I can have my team be the cannon fodder and me going around and doing things. Half a minute left and then we can go into the room. Rejects versus Imo. Let's actually have a look at the points, because that should have been obviously been updated by now. There we go. Appa won. Imo won? No, wait. Imo won yesterday. Crawley took home a game. And what did EG do? They lost from Appa and Aqua. Oh, we saw that. Yes, they won. See, this makes for an interesting top, though. Like, as we have 4 people that have won 1 point so far, so basically anything can still happen. But Appa, Rejects, and Aqua are looking quite strong. So let's have a look. There we go. Can safely go into the room. We see Rejects now taking 2 TVPs, an E5 and 4 Steves toward Port Bay. And Imo is taking 3 E5s, 2 I7s, 1 Steve and a Super Conqueror. So more armor, less clips for Imo here. Let's see, 1.5 minutes left to go before we go into the game. Again, it is a best of 7, meaning that the first team to reach 4 victories is the one that is through to, well, not through, that is the one that gets the point. That's the word I was looking for. "56 seconds left to go." And kind of like I said, like after today, we're halfway there. If you won all your matches, it's gonna be hard to get knocked out of the top four at least. Also kind of curious because I've said this before, I'm not a fan of paid tanks being part of meta. There's a lot of them this season. Like you have the Steve, you have the AMX54, you have the Super Conqueror. One thing is though that with the Steve, that's only been sold once. It's not even been sold like you're gonna get the tank. It's been sold in snow globes. So I'm not a fan of that being meta. I don't blame teams for using it because it is meta. I blame Wargaming for making it meta, basically. And let's see. Rejects heading towards the base C section. Earmore using their OP speed boost on the E5 to get, well, on the Steve actually, to get there too. TVPs crossing over. Marcinek being careful, kind of expecting that he's going to get spotted there. Oh, that was a bit too eager from Nagibato there. Playmaker and Tonikama both up there. And now the battle of the farming begins. Big hits into Eisen. And they're just basically, this is farming. They're in a tricky position. The IS-7s can't really move from there. We have Balvan and Marcinek also a bit stuck there. Nagibator getting his shots in again. He is still losing more HP though. Has to be a bit more careful. Because he's going to put them down again here. Rejects just being a little bit too over-eager here. Coil taking a hit. Playmaker as well. They are trying to get Shreks out of the way. And basically the IS-7s are not shooting the Steves. They're on the other side. HP wise, there's lots of bleeding both directions, and it's Machita that goes down first. Eisen being farmed here. Scorpion takes him out. There goes Playmaker. Now you have Marcinek being pushed quite literally. Pigula does not reach him before dying, but there goes Marcinek as well. And Coil. Now Pigula actually took Coil out. That's the sorry. My brain is all over the place. It can't be trusted. Barban gets set on fire, gets taken out. And now it's just Strax and Reaction and Pigula. Pigula probably actually. Strax trying to survive. There goes Pigula. Strax managing to survive another reload. Bobby not letting himself get killed. And there goes Reaction. And the first game is for Rejects in a very brutal game. So this was just brutal, and to be honest, Nagibator did have issues there. He was being way too aggressive and could have easily been taken out if the shots had been a bit more in favor of him or here. And now for the second game, we see Rejects taking an AMX 54, potentially 4 Steves. No, there you go. Brain getting put in. We have Bobby in the Leo. We see 2 1-to-1Bs, an AMX 54, 2 Steves. Oh, a 1-to-1B. There we go. This, aside from the Leo, is an entirely Prem and collectible lineup. That is not okay. Again, not blaming the team for using it, blaming the game for it being meta, basically. And on Emo's side, we see potentially 3 E5s, 2 IS-7s, a Steve and a Super Conqueror. Reaction still has to ready up. But let's see what happens. 22 seconds left to go. Reaction now in the Super Conqueror. And here we go. No pressure just yet, again. There's no match point just yet after this game either. I always have the nagging feeling that I've got to ready up or something when it does that. And here we go. 1-to-1Bs. Heading towards the corner. Leo heading to the opposite directions. And we now have Ilmo splitting up. Heading more towards the base A section. And this is interesting because the Leo should be able to spot them, I think. If they were to go into the base there. But she's being very careful. going for the cap. Does get spotted there. Bobby Fischer not risking the shot. Might risk it now to try and decap. Does not have long for that though. He actually lets them cap it. And we have the rest of rejects pushing through. Nagibato losing a lot of HP. And now they're holding. They're not convincingly pushing. Brain now also coming. This was a trap, and it seems that Rejects has fallen for it because they've now also allowed Imo to pull back together. Machita being set upon. Bobby does take a hit there. Has to be careful not to get hit too much by ice and eats one for that. Machita in trouble. They're now they changed direction to Eisen. Marcinek hugging Bobby Fischer. Eisen goes down first, but there goes Bobby Fischer straight after. And now we have Playmaker coming in together with Brain and Schlobin. Basically, Scorpion Draga has been taken out. There goes Marcinek. They're changing things around, and Machita is still there. Does get taken out there. Both teams have lost 3 guns. They're focusing on Balwan. Balwan manages to survive a little bit longer with that bounce. Schlobin not looking too healthy. There goes Balwan. 4v3. Schlobin will get taken out. Does get taken out there. Bigula being set upon by Playmaker now. Should be finished off. He does get finished off. Brain not looking too healthy. They need to work together here. Shrek's taking hits. Brain is not going to survive the next reload. There he goes. Doesn't even get another shot in. Big hit into Shrek. Coil pulling back behind the house there. They have the base. Playmaker still farming. Shrek moving in. Coil taking care to stay alive. Big hit into Playmaker there. Ooh, Playmaker has to be careful. That doof. Coil changing his direction because that wasn't a kill shot before. And now it's just them. 2 guns. Shrek's the last one left alive. Gets taken out here. Not sure you can call it a bait and switch, but kind of like Emo had the trap. Rejects ran into it, pulled back. Emo didn't push further, and then Rejects just came around, and I'm not sure if this was a game that Rejects won or that Emo lost. And technically speaking, both happened, but what I mean is that sometimes one team gets outplayed by the other, and sometimes they lose the game because they didn't do something or they made an error somewhere. And I think that because Emo trapped them, but then didn't push on, even though they had the advantage there. I think, yeah, Rejects turned this around really well. And now we're moving on to Hellas. Very different map. We see Playmaker taking, and Scorpion Drago also taking the concept 1B. We see 2 badges. This is gonna be interesting. Maybe 1 badger. AMX 54. Another one. Oh god, look at all the badges. Potential badges. Rename 960p. Emo getting ready with 2 Super Conquerors. An IS-7 is Steve and an LT and potentially 2 E5s. And there we go. Again, only 1 tank is grindable in the lineup for Rejects. We see the 60p, but we also see 3 AMX-54s, 2 Concept 1Bs and a Badger. Versus 2 E5s, DLT, Steve, IS-7 and 2 Super Conquerors. And like I said, I will keep saying this because I don't want people to assume that I'm speaking against rejects. I'm not. They're doing a fantastic job and it's been gorgeous to watch. I just wish collectibles and prems weren't meta, that's all. But the way they bring these games around is just beautiful. Tesla gun on 60p. And here we go. Rejects. Not having any fast tanks. But they are focusing a bit on the base C side. Scorpion heading there in the concept on B. Bigula for the other side, and Balwan is spotting. Scorpion has been spotted, as has renamed. And Scorpion is going up the ramp. This is interesting though, because they know he's there. They don't know that he's like alone there. No base has been captured yet. Bobby Fischer all the way in the corner in the Badger. And Balwan is making an appearance. Going for the cap, or maybe not. Yes, there he goes. Positioning his tank just so. Stays. That was a blind shot that was not really aimed anywhere by the looks of it. He does get spotted, and he immediately moves. He does get the base though. That is good reaction speed. So they know that there's people there. And now Rejects has a bit of a challenge on his hand because they need to cap a base now. Shots fired, no damage having been done on either side. Base C, basically we have Scorpion on one side with Bigula on the other. Nothing happening there yet. Playmaker now. Moving forces. Nagibato there as well. They're rotating around. They are looking at towards base C. Not getting spotted for getting there. Playmaker not driving down that tree, which is a good call. A lot of people do not realize that, but if you drive down things, that gives away your position. Playmaker does immediately get spotted. They kind of need to cap together. Playmaker is taking the hits here to ensure that Scorpion will be able to cap it. Nice hit there into reaction. Playmaker taking the hit. But they do take the base like that though. And they've also taken base B. That is very clever. Eisen takes a bit of a hit. And now they're going after Pigula. But they have to be careful not to expose themselves too much. Pigula eats another one. Nagibato a bit eager here. Before deciding that he may not want to be there after all. Emo is moving their guns. Pushing towards the B section, knowing that they have the upper hand there. They are crossing over. They are getting spotted as they do so. Brain is there. They're not completely defensive, but Bobby Fischer and Schlobin are in trouble. Bobby being farmed a lot there. Has to be careful. Can't really. Does take a hit, and that's the end of him. Schlobin is alone. Pigula gets taken out, but it will be up to Rejects to respond now. Base B is being stolen. And Schlobin is all alone. A is being taken, but so is B. Schlobin is being pushed on. Brain is being forced to retreat. Balwan very low on HP now. That is the kill they want, but Schlobin goes out first. And still though, Rejects has two bases. We have now Machida pushing Playmaker. Balwan goes down. Base A is being pushed. Is being reset as well. Very chaotic game. So far advantage for Immol. Playmaker does not reset the base anymore. On the other side, we have reaction being pushed on. Martinet gets taken out. Reaction lands one into Nagibator. They're stealing base B again. Iceland goes down 940 points. Oof, reaction is almost gone. Playmaker just has to survive a little bit longer. 960 points. And there we go. 1k points for rejects. Again with the chaos though. It's going every which way. But the matches are very interesting. They're not sitting still, so to speak. They're not just waiting. There's a lot happening. And depending on what is happening on one side, there's stuff happening on the other side. And it makes it a pain to spectate. But it's awesome at the same time. If you're aware of all the little things that are happening there. It's just beautiful. This is kind of like... This is top 8 gameplay. I love it. And now, for the second game on Hellas, we have rejects up for potential match point here. If they win the next game, then they've got the point. And Immol has to win 4 in a row for that to happen. So that is a very tough pickle for them. So now we see the German Super Steel making an appearance with potentially 3 VK72s. We see an LT and E5 as Steve is 60p. And let's see. 2 VK72s and another 60p. And on Immol's side, we see an LT, 3 Super Conquerors, an I7, a Steve, and an E5. And so this has been a really interesting evening. Like, even the games on Castilla, they were very slow, but at the same time, so much was happening. It's awesome. This has been a very lovely night so far. I'm always hoping for a tiebreak, but when the games get this exciting, you can't be disappointed. And Regis has just been a pleasure to watch throughout the season so far. I've seen him a bit in the qualifiers and all, and it's just beautiful. This is kind of like, I like this kind of gameplay. It's like half tactical, half just focus fire, rushing and everything, but it's so clever. It's so smart. It's awesome. So we have rejects heading towards the base A section. Immol doing the same thing on the other side. The Super Conqueror is heading towards base C. We have Bobby over there to spot them. Coil takes some hits there, but so does Balban. And Rejects is pushing in. Going into the ditch. And Immol is deciding they don't really want to be there anymore. They are being very careful. Reaction taking some, I think that was HE hits. Yeah, it has to be. Bobby in trouble there. Has to kind of not be there. The VKs are arriving though. And now we have Machita being set upon. Big hits into him. Brain is taking base B. Coil is being farmed a little bit though. Has to be careful. Oh, actually goes down first. Nagibato now in trouble. Also can't use that position as well because of the corpse of Coil. And now we have Machita moving around, trying to get him stuck because this is going to make things very difficult. Machita does go down, but Nagibato gets taken out as well. Very well played by Immol there, trapping him like that. VK72's in the middle. And now the VKs are more or less forced to pull back a little bit. Shrek's losing HP. Ison. That was not the ammo that they meant to take, I think. Marcinek pushing out Slobin. He's done that a few times now, where he's just literally pushing people and bullying them that way, but it works really well for them. Shrek's getting focused on. They need to make sure that kill shot hits. Scorpion goes down, but so does Shrek's. Sorry. Now Ison in trouble. Brain as well, though. Being farmed every which way. And he does not get another shot in. Playmaker casually ramming people to death. 2 versus 4. There goes Playmaker. And now it's just Bobby. All alone. And the game will be for Immor. Bobby takes his head off. And this was beautifully done by Immor. Again, they went with the trap, but this time it worked. Because actually with Coil and Nagibator going into the corner like that, pushing Machida. Glorious. See, and this is basically the same thing that we saw Immor do yesterday. You kind of don't always expect it from them, but then you see games like this, and it's so clever, and I love it. This was again, they just laid a trap, and this time it was sprung, but they were handling it more effectively, and basically also Machida bullying Nagibator, making it harder for him to maneuver that. He knew that he was going to die there, Machida did, and Nagibator just had such a rough time getting out of that. He was farmed, and it was basically exactly the kind of thing that Immor needed to happen there. "55 seconds left to go. We're moving on to Fort Despair, 3rd map in this matchup. Again though, potential match point for Rejects. If they win any game, they've got the point. We see Rejects now taking 2 mice, an E100 and a Yege. That's a very interesting choice. Lots of troll armor, big boom guns, but also like lots of premobile tanks. We also see a Steve and potentially Tonikawa in another one. And Immor is ready with just 1 mouse, 4 Ice Force, a Steve and a Super Conqueror. 10 seconds left. Coil does have to ready up. There you go, and he takes an E5. And here we go. All those mice though. Also the Jaeger, you don't see that very often, and it is a really good tank, but it can be premoed in the face, and the players that they're up against will know how to premote tanks in the face and how to more or less negate angling and all. So with Rejects going towards base B and base C at the same time, and Immor pretty much doing the same thing. Slobin and Marcinek going to spot one another, shooting at one another. Neither of them actually doing damage. I like it. I laugh because it's a mirror movement, and that's funny to me. Base B being kept. Is not going to get reset. Base C now also being kept. Nagibato does get spotted there. And they do reset a little bit, but Brain is also there. Bigula losing a bit of HP. Nagibato going out of the base. But Brain is still capping it, so there's not too big of an advantage there for Immor in points. Now we have the mice together with the E5. Coil now in a bit of a precarious position. Mice playing the role of TD. Nice little bit of shooting there. And they are getting shot at. Scorpion Draco has been spotted for that. They're shooting where Marcinek is. Like, again, there's so much going on in so many different parts of the battlefield. I can only show you one thing at the time. Playmaker. Getting spotted there. Gets shot at, but it doesn't pen him. And now we have ball one. Slowly but surely moving into base C. With the pirate camo. Seems fitting for this steel. And that kind of forces rejects to respond on the other side. But everyone is dug in. That's the thing though. And he actually does get reset. No, actually no, they capped it, but... Now we have Coil and Slobin pushing Nagibato, losing a whole lot of HP. Arriving there. Eisen and Pigula being the preferred targets here. Playmaker. Pigula and Shrax and Eisen losing a lot of HP. Coil should take this, but Nagibator has also been taken out. There goes Pigula. Scorpion pushing Shrax now. Losing a lot of HP as he crosses over and actually gets taken out there. Base B being focused. Basically, the mice, they can only angle in one direction. Brain losing a lot of HP. And actually Bolvan trying to use him as armor. He is still not dead, but he was almost dead. And he does get taken out, but Brain is not looking too healthy either. He is standing in the base. Reaction is not looking too healthy. Now we have Machita. Reaction goes down. Machita taking a massive hit there. He does take out Brain. But now he has to deal with a very healthy Yege that's going to face hug him. Big hit there. Coil goes down. 3v3. Slobin takes out Strax. Now we have Playmaker. Slobin just drives away. Playmaker takes him out. Base A is being kept. That's where Marcinek is at. We're going to go look at Marcinek here. They do have 905 points. He does get set on fire there. That's not helpful. And if this was any random game, I would give him this for sure. But now B and C are being kept. Marcinek. Oh, takes a big hit there. And now Bobby Fischer also arriving. He does get another one in, but he's actually getting shot from Slobin on the other side as well. And there's just too much HP. He does give one back. But there's just no chance. He does track him, but now we have Bobby arriving. He's actually, Bobby didn't get it. But there you go. Playmaker gets the kill. German armor supreme. Beautiful game again. This was absolutely... Look, these kind of matchup, this is why I love streaming tours. That is insane. I mean, I am not usually one for this, but I am going to give you one too. And I'm actually going to ask him for the replay as well, because that is bloody awesome. What a game. Look at that damage. Insane. Wow, 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 what a matchup. Some of the matchups are still happening, I believe. Appa still dealing with Crawley. EG. Let's have a look. They won versus Ikra. So they now have 2 points. Aqua. Oh, that. They're up against... They won versus TQT, but they're up against Appa tomorrow. That's gonna be a match to watch, honestly. No, they were up against... Emo is the one. No, we saw Emo just now. Which is the one? I think we got all of them, don't we? Didn't we? Yeah. Oh, these matches though, honestly. Fantastic. Beautiful. So that's actually it for me for now. I'm going to say massive thank you to Rejects and to Emo and to Ikra. But especially Rejects for these absolutely beautiful games. It's been a pleasure to watch this. These, like I said, these are the kind of games that I stream tours for. They're so clever and people are out thinking each other and there's so much rotation, so much happening, and it's, in a way, it's chaos, but it's like organized chaos, if I'm making any sense at all. But I mean, like, there's a lot happening at once, and that makes it chaotic and hard to follow and to show everything. But it's so clever, and like everything, it's moves and counter moves, and you do this and I'll respond by doing that, and I love it, really love it. So thank you for that. This is showcase of why tours are awesome. So thank you all for the lovely games tonight. Thank you all for watching, and I'll be back tomorrow to stream the next day. So hope to see you all then. Wish you all a very good night. And yeah, like I said, I'll see you all tomorrow. Have a good night. Bye bye.